Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk over Hamada's model, what comes to our mind? This is a great model. This is a great model. It's a model that is used to ascertain beta equity of levered organizations. Beta equity of levered organizations. Beta equity of levered what year? Organizations. It is a model that is used to ascertain beta equity of levered organizations. Levered organizations are those organizations that have got debt. So like if I look at this group, the group that we have here, we have got two groups of students here, subgroups of students here. We have that group of students that is heavily indebted. If they give you their mobile phone, they have a bank loan, they have Fuliza, they are heavily indebted. And then of course we have another group of students that do not know what debt is. So the ones who are heavily indebted, they are basically what here? Levered. They're levered. So when you hear of a firm that is levered, this is a firm that has got what here? This is a firm that has got debt. It's an indebted organization. Indebted organization. An indebted organization, yes. Indebted organization, yes. Levered. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember that this model connects what and what here. It connects, the model here connects beta equity levered, and the beta equity unlevered. Please write this in full. It's beta equity, unlevered. Beta equity what here? Unlevered. Beta equity over unlevered organization. Beta equity over unlevered organization. Beta equity over unlevered organization. So please write this. This is very important that Hamada's model connects beta equity over levered organization and the beta equity over unlevered organization. Great. Great. Yes, we need sponsors, all of us. We need sponsors, yes. So it connects beta equity of unlevered organization and the beta equity of unlevered. Now, some students may have forgotten that beta is a measure of systematic risk. Please don't forget this, that beta is a measure of what here? Systematic risk. Florence is saying that my board is not clear. Are you able to see my board? Are you able to see my board? Are you able to see my board? Yes. Thank you very much. So it means if you're not able to see my board very well, you have an issue with your internet. Yeah, clear, very clear. Thank you very much. So beta is a measure of what here? Systematic risk. Is a measure of systematic risk. Now, what you're supposed to know generally, ladies and gentlemen, is that the higher the gearing, the higher the bell is. The higher the gearing, 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 comma, the higher the bell is. The higher the bell is, or the higher the bell will be. Bell is beta equity of a levered firm. So basically, when this gearing, which is debt, increases, risk automatically increases. As debt increases, risk increases. As debt increases, risk increases. As debt increases, risk increases. So, ladies and gentlemen, have you written this? And do you have a yellow highlighter? Do you have a yellow highlighter? There's a student who told me that mwalimu mimi niliwacha kutumia highlighter ya yellow. Nika understand. Nikasema in maisha kila mtu akona choices zake. Aliambia mimi niliacha kutumia yellow highlighter. Hata sika mentioning yellow highlighter. Right? Right? So have you highlighted this thing? Have you highlighted this thing? This is a very important thing. Very important thing. Very important thing. So thank you very much. They've been able to write up to there. So, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing that I would want to say to you here today is how to calculate this bell. How do we get this bell? How do we get this bell? How do we get this bell? To get bell, in this case here, you normally take bill like that into 1 plus debt over equity, but you deduct tax. This is how we normally get our beta equity over a levered organization. Beta equity over levered organization equals beta equity unlevered into 1 plus debt over equity into 1 minus what here, somebody? Into 1 minus tax. Into 1 minus taxation. This is what we call the Hamada's model. It has got many ways you can write it, but this is the most, if I were you, I would write it the way Mwalimu has written there, and then I will be able to put these terms down there, the Hamada's model. Hamada's model. So sorry for asking you so many questions. Great. Yeah, from this semester, they are going to give us a formula sheet. But Dennis, would you really trust Kasneb with that? Dennis, will you trust Kasneb with that? No. Dennis, do you want to put yourself in hot soup? The other day, somebody was saying that this place in this case here is that nowadays it is so much hot. And again, you want to put yourself in hot soup. You can imagine. That's a trap. Yes, I like how Livy is giving us there. I like Livy's language. That's a trap. Let's avoid that. Let's try to cram these things. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for us to be able to appreciate this formula very well, I would want us yes. Sorry for that. I'm making a very bad assumption. D is debt. Sorry for that. E is equity. And then, of course, T is tax. T is tax. Sorry for that. So very fast, ladies and gentlemen, I would want us to look at November 2019, question number 2, boy. November 2019, question number 2, boy. November 2019, question number 2, boy. Once you get the question, please mention there why, or give us an emoji, dancing emoji. Yeah, it's page number 84. Page number 84. Ali says yes. Page number 84. Ali says yes. Purity Ndanu, yes. Those yeses are still very few. They are not more than 20%. Betty has not yet gotten good of you to be frank that way. November 2019, question number 2B. Ebu saidieni Betty, either mwekio swali kwa WhatsApp. But please remember what I told you. There is that link that has got those Kasneb questions. What you need to do is to do what here, you use that link, go to a cyber cafe, print all those papers out. That will really help you. That will help you. Yes, Babito. So you're told the finance director of Babito Limited wishes to determine the company's optimal structure. That is a very important statement for me. Once I see the company's optimal capital structure, I know I'll be able to get everything of this question. The cost of debt varies according to the level of gearing of the company. It's November 2019, question number 2, boy. Okay. We shall overcome Danikan. We haven't even discussed much really. You'll be able to pick what you do. Please, if there is anybody who is having their cameras on, try to shut them. Try to shut your cameras down. Oh, it's November 2019, question number 2B. Doesn't matter, Moses, wherever you have it, please allow now Mwalimu to continue. Allow Mwalimu to continue. So long as you're able to see it, so long as somebody has taken a screenshot of this and placed it in WhatsApp, allow Mwalimu to continue. We have got quite a lot of things to discuss today, right? So can I continue? Yeah. So The finance director of Babito Limited wishes to determine the company's optimal capital structure. The cost of debt varies according to the level of gearing of the company as follows. So we have percentage debt, we have pre-tax cost of debt. I like one thing, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at this question, they're giving us percentage of debt. When they tell you that the debt percentage is 10, that 10% is debt, then automatically given our assumption that we have got debt and equity financing vehicles, if debt is 10%, if debt is 10%, then equity will be 90%. So if I'm the one doing this, I'm so sure that I'll have seen some low-hanging yellow fruit. Let's harvest it. Let's harvest it. So I have debt, I have equity there. That's how I get these things very easy. So debt is 0.1, I have 0.2, I have 0.3, I have 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. And I'm saying that debt and equity must add up to 100%. They're complementary, right? So if debt is 0.1, then equity is 0.9. So if debt is 0.2, can you kindly give me the equity figure? If debt is 0.2, what will be the equity figure? It's 1 minus 0.2, isn't it? So 0.8, thank you very much. 0.7, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4, and then we have what here? 0.3. I'm so sure that this one, all of us would have easily harvested this one, isn't it? Yeah, thank you very much. So they're giving us note number 1, that the company's ungeared equity beta, the company ungeared equity beta is 0.85. So basically, they're giving me this thing called BEU. BEU. Those people are coming from Meru. They have a political party which is quite close to this thing. Yeah. So they're giving us BEU. Beta, equity of unlevered farm, which is 0.what here, somebody? 85. Once I start seeing this language, I know where the examiner will lead me to. I know this examiner would want me to apply Hamada's model. And any examiner who tells you to apply Hamada's model is an examiner who is wishing you success. Is an examiner who is wishing you success. So Lillian, I'm trying to put off your video. I don't know why it can't be turned off. Lillian, please, when I turn off your video, don't turn it on again. And I can't really turn it off. Maybe you can try from your side, Lillian, to turn off your video. Turn off your video. Please, once you try, like Nelly has also put on her video, I don't know why. Muting, I can mute them from my side. Bila, please try not to put on your videos at all. Don't put your videos at all because you are putting off some people. You're putting off some people. Try not to put on your videos. Don't put on your videos. When I want you guys to come here for some beauty contest, for sure, I'll be able to tell you even the day, isn't it, in advance. Then you put on your Sunday best. Right? Right? So we have here the BEU, which is 0.what here? 85. 0.85. Thank you very much. Then they are giving us the risk-free interest rate is 6%. Is 6%. Yes, is 6%. Then they're giving me the market return is 14%. Then they're giving me the corporation tax rate is 30%. Now, when you see this examiner giving you risk-free interest rate, they're giving you market return, you as a good student, what will come to your mind? Great. What will come also to my mind is CAPEM. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So in this case here, I should be able to get CAPEM. CAPEM. Now, is there anybody who is able to remember CAPEM's formula? CAPEM's formula. Who will be able to remind us CAPEM's formula? So CAPEM's formula, is there anybody who can remind us? CAPEM returns equals what here? They're not talking to me. They're not talking to me at all. Nobody is talking to me at all. Ah, Silvanus, yes. 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 Although there is like a minus, you're using there. But thank you very much, my own. What they're telling me is that, Mwalimu, you are joking with us. Mwalimu, you don't know how bright we are. That CAPEM returns will be equal to risk-free plus into brackets expected returns of the market minus risk-free multiplied by beta outside there. Multiplied by beta outside there. Thank you so much. That CAPM returns equals a risk-free rate of return plus the market returns given. These are market returns given minus risk-free multiplied by beta. Remember, you're talking of this beta, and please don't write it this way. Don't write it that way. These are those students who will always use these kind of emojis, right? Write it nicely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So please, wanafunzi again, I hope you have been able to pick that this is risk-free rate, market returns, and this is beta. Now, one thing again you're supposed to know, ladies and gentlemen, is that CAPM has got a very important use that I will never forget. There is a very important use that CAPM has, which I'll never forget. That CAPM has got quite a number of uses, but I know for sure that CAPM is useful, is used in calculations of what year? Cost of equity. Is used in calculations of cost of equity, i.e. CAPM's cost of equity equals risk-free plus into bracket ERM minus RF multiplied by Bell. CAPM's cost of equity will be equal to risk-free plus market returns minus risk-free multiplied by beta equity of a levered firm. Please, if you wish, you can add here CAPM, cost of equity of a levered firm equals risk-free plus expected returns of the market minus risk-free multiplied by Bell. So all of us, is there somebody who has been able to reach here? Is there somebody who has been able to reach here? Is there somebody who has been able to? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But now, ladies and gentlemen, whatever we have here is not Bell. What we have here is Bell. What we have here is beta equity of unlevered firm, which is 0.8 firm and 0.85, I mean, and we want beta equity of a levered firm. So imagine we would want, if you look at the question very well, look at the question. Advise the company on the optimal WACC. How do we get this WACC? Can somebody remind us here? There is somebody who pronounced this as Wakaka. No, it's supposed to be WACC. To get WACC, we normally take the weight of equity, cost of equity, plus weight of debt, cost of debt after taxation. Please write this somewhere. This is how we normally get WACC. WACC. Weighted average cost of capital. It's weight of equity, cost of equity, plus weight of debt, cost of debt. But remember, this cost of debt has to be tax adjusted because cost of debt is interest, and interest is normally allowable for tax purposes. All right. This is how we normally get WACC. So you can see we really need this cost of equity somewhere. And you can see the kind of organization we're dealing with is an organization that has got debt, various levels of debt. So it's a levered organization. So I must, ladies and gentlemen, get the CAPM cost of equity of a levered firm. But when I look at these equations very nicely, I can see one problem. I can see that I have got Bell, and yet I want Bell. So I can see the first thing that we need to do is to come, ladies and gentlemen, here and calculate, first of all, which one here? Calculate Bell. So I can see students laughing. There must be something nice up here. I don't like good things in this case. You're passing me. Right? Oh, Okay. I'll see how that is applicable. I'll see how that is applicable. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing that you need to see in this formula of getting cost of equity, I do not have BEL. So the first thing that I need to do is to come and calculate BEL. So calculate BEL for us. So how do we calculate BEL? To calculate BEL, so you're saying first, calculate BEL. Calculate BEL using Hamada's model. So first, calculate BEL using Hamada's model. So let's calculate BEL ourselves using Hamada's model. So you're saying that BEL will be equal to BEL into 1 plus debt over equity into 1 minus tax, like that. So I would want you guys to create a column up here where we shall be able to calculate our BEL. Please create a column up there. So now, ladies and gentlemen, listen. The first, BEL will be the same across the board. BEL is beta equity of unlevered farm. So it will be the same throughout. Into 1 plus, for this debt over equity, you must be very careful. Debt over equity, it's either value of debt over value of equity, or even the weights. The weights in this case here are sufficient. So simply take the weight of debt over weight of equity. So like now here, I'm able to see the weight of debt, which is 0.1 all over equity, which is 0.9 times 0.7. Is there somebody who is able to see where I got 0.7 from? Is there somebody who is able to see where I got 0.7 from? Sylvanus, yes. It is 1 minus tax, which is 30%. From note number 4, they have told us that tax is 30%. So then 1 minus tax, maybe for your revision, 1 minus tax is 1 minus 0.3. This will give me 0.7 like that. This will give me 0.7 like that. So then could you kindly give me the first BEL? So I'm going to calculate BEL for each of these capital structures. We call these capital structures. BEL for each of the capital structures. So give me the first BEL, 2 decimal places. Is it always 0.3? Tax can change. At times, the examiner will tell you tax is 40%. And remember, in finance, when the examiner is silent about tax, we should always assume that tax is 0. We should always assume that tax is 0, right? So please make sure you're using your body mass very well. I want 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places, somebody is giving me a figure of 0.92. Please, I would want to move very slowly on with this to ensure that everybody is on the table. We don't want to leave anybody behind. So I would want you guys to take this little opportunity that we have to calculate the second BEL. Please calculate the second BEL, 2 decimal places. My own 2 decimal places. Give me 2 decimal places. So Samoy tells me that the second one should be exactly 1.00. Alice gives me 1.4, so we have to wait for a third person to advise us. 1.00 seems to be 0.999. 2 decimal places, remember. 2 decimal places, remember. So if I try, thank you very much. You guys are geniuses. So if I try my arithmetic, my BEL is the same. My BEL is 0.85 into 1 plus debt over equity. Debt this time around is 0.2 over equity of 0.8. And then this has to be tax adjusted. It has to be tax adjusted. It has to be tax adjusted. So this one here in 2 decimal places is what they're telling us, is giving us 1.00. Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? 1.00. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now from there, we go to the third one. The third one, I'm being given a figure of 1.11. The third one, I'm being given a figure of 1.11. 1.11. 1.11. I hope now it's everybody, although there are people really that I'm not seeing them contributing here. As I always keep on saying, even if I was an examiner, there are students, even if you try to help them, you can't help them. Simply because they don't want to be engaged. They don't want to be proactive. They are reactive when they have failed out there. Now when they'll start saying this, Mwalimu, please be proactive. Come on the table. Even if you don't get it right, So what? So what? Be proactive. I like what like Ivamo is telling us. When you get a different answer, tell us, no, I'm getting a different answer, and we shall be able to really come and see. Like now here, the BEU is the same across the board. It's 0.85 into 1 plus 0.3 over 0.7 times 0.7 like that. All right. So you see, like Ivamo now, I know this cannot be 0. If you look at this, you know, this is disappearing, right? Please make sure you're using body mass very well. Alternatively, please come and pick this in your calculator without saying equals anywhere. You say 0.85 into 1 plus this divided by this times 0.7, right? And please don't put this bracket here. Don't do like this plus this equals times 0.7. No, this 0.7 is not touching this. This 0.7 is only touching there. All right. So they're telling me that the third one is supposed to be 1.25. Is it the third or fourth? The fourth one, 1.11, 1.2. This is supposed to be 1.11 like that. And then the fourth one is 1.25, 1.25. And then we have 1.45, I'm being told, 1.45. And then we have, ladies and gentlemen, 1.74, 1.74, 1.74. And then the last one, what are they getting here for the last one? The last one, what are they getting here for the last one? 2.24. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So all of us, do we have these figures? Do we have these figures, all of us? Please ensure that even if it's tough, if you're proactive, you know, life is all about proactivity. Be proactive. Even as a gentleman in your own house, don't take, in this case, this laid back approach where you come from work, you put all your legs on top of a table. No, no, no. You have to be proactive. Things must be done at home. If it's homework, you're the champion, you're the head of the house. Help kids to do the homework, isn't it? This thing of telling your kids that you are always number one in your school and you can't help them to do 1 + 1, what is that? Right? 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 I have to relax a bit. No, we have to be proactive. We must be proactive. We must be proactive, yes. No, Mayom, try to remain behind. You're almost finishing this question, Mayom. Mayom, you are a man. You're a man. You're a man. Even ladies are here. We have to finish this question, Mayom. Please. We have to finish this question. Just take a break, relax a little bit. We must finish this question. We must finish this question. Please. Now, after getting Bell, what do you think will be the next thing that we shall work out? What do you think will be the next thing that we shall work out? Could you kindly help me? Now, I've been able to get Bell. Capem. Thank you very much. The next thing will be Kel. You know, Bell and Kel are brothers. They are brothers. Bell and Kel are brothers. So in this case here, Kel is what you're hearing some students telling me, Mwalimu, use Capem. Use Capem. Mwalimu, use Capem. And they have gone ahead even to give me a formula. They have told me, Mwalimu, for you to be able to use this Capem very well, we know the formula. It is risk-free plus the market returns, expected returns of the market, minus risk-free multiplied by Bell out there. Right? Charity is telling me to get out of Bell. Charity, you have really tried, but that is a lie. But you've tried. You know, life is like that. It's about proactivity, getting engaged. The moment you disengage, even at your workplaces, you can't get a promotion. You cannot get a promotion. You must engage. You must be proactive. You saw how some ladies were dancing in UDA, right? You must really get engaged for you to get, for people to even notice you, to nominate you. You must understand this thing. You must be engaged. So are you able to see the risk-free rate of return? Are you able to see the risk-free rate of return? Right? Right. Risk-free rate of return, 6%. So we have here 6%. Thank you very much. Plus, how about the market return? How about the market return? 14%. This is given in note number 3. 14% minus 6% multiplied by the first bell that you guys got. Multiplied by the first bell that you got. Is there somebody who can remind us the first bell? The first bell, I'm being reminded, it was 0.92. Thank you very much. So could you kindly give me the first percentage there? When you're computing, you can omit you can take 6 plus, open bracket, 14 minus 6, close, times 0.9 to give me an answer there. Give me an answer there. So somebody is giving me 13.36. Is there somebody who is able to get 13.36? All right, percent. 13.36%. Is that okay? And the thing that makes me love this formula so much is this. That most of the things here are very repetitive. Most of the things are very repetitive. Most of the things here are very repetitive, except for the risk rate. The rate of risk, ladies and gentlemen, we know the second bell. We know the second bell, don't we? We know the second bell. The second bell was what here, somebody? MW. The second, was it MW or 1.4? Where is my friend Samoi getting 1.4? It was, yeah. Wanasema wengi ilikuwa 1.4, Wametoa 1.4 wapi? Was it 1.4 or 1? Oh, they're giving me the final answer. These guys are ahead of me. Now I understand what they are telling me. I understand what they're telling me. That the final answer is 14%. 14%. Now, could you kindly do me a favor of computing all the KELs, and please be engaged. Be engaged. Please be engaged. Next is 14.88. I like how Evelyn is engaged, right? I like how Mary is engaged. Unikamule mama Senator Manga. Unaamua utaki kujua liwe liwalo. You must be engaged. You must be engaged. That's what life likes. You must be engaged. Thank you very much, Mayom. I told you. Now you see you're following. If you went to sleep, right? So they have given me all the figures. So I can see somebody has told me 14.84. 14.84. Thank you very much. 14.84. Thank you very much. Somebody is giving me goja. Niende pole pole. Ya tatu ni ngapi? Ya tatu, is it 14.84 ama 14.88? Ya tatu ni ngapi? 14.88. 14.88. Thank you very much. Ya ina J. So ya kwanza hapa ni 13.136. Hii hatuna noma nayo. Hii tunakubaliana sisi wote. Ya pili ni 14. Hii ni 14.88%. Aha, ya nne J. Ya nne, wanasema ya nne ni ngapi? Hata waniambi. 16%. Thank you very much. Ya tano J. 17.6. Thank you very much. 17.6%. Aha, ya sita J. Ya sita number 19.92%. 19.92%. We have the last one. There are students I'm not seeing here really dancing with me here. I would want to see everybody dancing with me. I'm now in a dancing arena. 23.92. Everybody must dance with me here today. 23.92. 23.92. Of course, I know accountants don't know how to dance, but everybody today must. Yes, Livy. Thank you very much. Everybody must dance with us here today. So have we been able to get Robert Mwangi? Thank you very much. There are names I would want to call here. There are names of students who are not dancing with me. There are names of students who don't know even how to dance. Alice, thank you very much. At least I've seen Alice. I would want to call some names here, really. There are students I would want to call out. Thank you, Ken. But Ken, you know, there is an emoji of a man dancing, Ken. Please. Right? Ndio ujue sijui. Lakini kuna wale hapa naweza waita wengi sana. For example, tuko na Ludeki sijakusikia ukiongea at all. It's very unfortunate. When I want to help you out, I'm telling you, get engaged. Just get. The only thing that I would want to do is you guys to engage. I hope and wish you guys could understand what I'm talking about. Just be engaged. Be engaged. Get into this swimming pool, swim. Swim. Hata kama ni maflota, we swim. Swim. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please listen. I like my book. I don't know whether you guys are doing what I'm doing. I like my book, but I believe that you guys are adding more columns, right? Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. So what do you think will be the next thing we shall do? What do you think will be the next thing we shall do? WACC, thank you very much, Alice. WACC, thank you very much, Stephen Ouko Abdi. Wakaka. And Wakaka, I know very much what Wakaka stands for. It's weighted average cost of capital. So embarrassing. So embarrassing. Very good. It's so embarrassing when my son is asking, Mom, you are so quiet and Mwalimu wants you guys to talk. Karen, you should say hi. You should pass love to your kid from Mwalimu. Great. That's a good kid. So Wakaka, this is weight of equity, cost of equity multiplied by weight of debt, cost of debt into 1 minus what here? Tax. Right? 1 minus tax. So could you kindly help me? What is the weight of equity from whatever information that you have? What is the weight of equity? 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 Weight of equity. Mnasema ni ngapi somebody? It is here. Or it has to be point something. So this is 0.9. Are you able to see the cost of equity? Are you able to see the cost of, we already have it somewhere, which is 13 point what here somebody, which is 13 point, they're not talking to me, which is 13 point what here somebody, 13.36, 13.36. Thank you very much, percent. So weight of debt, are you able to see the weight of debt? Weight of debt, of course, if weight of equity is 0.9, weight of debt is 0.1. Now, umeshaona already mwanafunzi amesema hatuna cost of debt, hatuna cost of debt, hatuna KD. Umeona mwanafunzi amesema namna hapo sasa hapo juu. No problem, that is part of engagement. That's part of engagement. So Masi amesema mwalimu rudia, you see these are weights. This is weight of equity, weight of debt. Masi angalia. Right? So nimechukua tu weight of equity is 0.9 times cost of equity, I already have it, the K. Plus weight of debt, I have the weight of debt, and the cost of debt has been given. There is a column there called the pre-tax cost of debt. 6.5%. 6.5% times 0.7, like that. Masi, please give me feedback. Are you okay now? And thank you very much for engaging by asking a question. Thank you very much for engaging by asking a question. That is so good of you. So good of you. Please, all of us. Karin, quite a good name. Karin Kyoko, please talk to me. Talk to me. Now I know next time I'll tell you guys to appear here in camera, and I would want to know your kids, your spouses, your brother, your sister, if you're not married, so that I talk to them to ensure that they encourage you to speak here. Because we have to be pushed, really. We must be pushed. So some student is giving me a figure of 12.48. So kama ni bibi ya Stephen Guga. Bibi ya Stephen Guga ni mwambie mbona mzee aongei kwa darasa. Right? Right? 12.48. Thank you very much, John Kamau. So hebu tuende kwa Wakaka ya pili. Noismeka Wakaka ya pili. Wakaka ya pili. Silvano Sarako Kosingo unaishi na I'm stuck. Where do we? Thank you very much, Rebecca Mwikali, for engaging. There is a column. There is a column there written pre-tax cost of debt. You see, this KD is the cost of debt. The first one is 6.5. Hata sasa hivi wanashangaa, unajua jamaa pia wanatumia simbo mbaya mbaya. Ati KD ni cost of debt. Ni cost of debt. Hata si pale wangesema tu CD. Wale kosea sana, lakini sasa what do we do? So Mwikali, umeona kule 6.5 kweli Mwikali? Mwikali, please feedback very fast, and thank you very much for great. Thank you very much for engaging in that manner. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So please, the second one, we have here the weight of equity. The weight of equity, the second one is 0.8. Multiplied by cost of equity, the second one is 14%. Plus weight of debt, the second one is 0.2 times, in this case here, cost of debt. So the second cost of debt there is 7.1%. 7.1% times the 0.7, of course, is constant, like that. So, and you can see students have already gotten the second one, which is 12.19. 12.19. So could you then kindly give me the third one? Kindly give me the third one. Kindly give me, asante sana Atieno ameingia hapa. I'm trying to spot the new students. I'm trying to spot the new students who haven't spoken, who haven't come to the dance floor to dance with me really here. Demba, thank you very much. 12.03, 12.05. Thank you very much. Karin Kioko, iko wapi ile emoji ya kusalimia, ningesalimia Karin namna hii. Right? 12.05 or 12.03, we shall give you a mark. Hiyo ni differences are rounding off errors. So ya tatu ni 12.05%. I'm at 12.03%, no worries. Florence Kimeu, thank you very much. Abel Kayogo, thank you very much. So wala wanafunzi ambao na nini, wanafunzi ambao unafuata hapa ni kama sasa urafiki yangu Bahati. Unajua Bahati ni jina kubwa sana. Hata ameingia siasa Bahati ni jina kubwa sana. Aha, Charity Njeri siku hizi uniongeleshi, mimi sijui unaongea na nani kama uniongeleshi. Hata Cyrus Yele, I've noted Cyrus Yele siku hizi uongei at all, right? Dennis Manani, hata Desmond, please try to engage, just engage with me. You cannot go wrong, trust you me. You cannot go wrong. So naelezwa, next one is 11.98. Thank you very much. 11.98%. The next one ni ngapi somebody? 12.3%. 12.3%. The next one inakuja ngapi? 13%. Stephen Ouko. Thank you very much. Stephen Ouko, thank you very much. Atieno, thank you very much. You're doing very well. Felicitas Nduku. Helen Ray. Great. Helen ni mwanafunzi ameongea na mimi mara ya kwanza leo, and she's correct. Thank you very much. 14.93%. 14.93. Is it 93 or 53? Ruth, Mary, Stephen Ouko. 53. 53. Naelezo ya mwisho nafaa ikuwe 53. Ya mwisho nafaa kuwa 53. 14.53. So what was this examiner asking about? 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 Optimal WACC. The optimal WACC is the best WACC, right? This is the best WACC, and the WACC is a cost of finance. The lower it is, the better. I'll always work with the lowest. So the very lowest, I'm being told, is 11.98. This is the lowest. So I write there lowest, then I write best, then to demonstrate broad and deeper understanding of the subject, I'll still come and write for them optimal. How will he know? How else will he know that I'm a bright person? Okay. So after that, so I'll come and write the optimal capital structure. So what are you recommending to them? They should be raising their capital, raising their Abdul, and somebody repeat, the very lowest, Quasar 12.48, 12. The very lowest is 11.98. Because our idea is to minimize the cost of finance, Abdul. Our idea is to minimize the cost of finance. And you can see what Alice Mudia, she's telling us that the optimal debt is 0.4 and the optimal equity is 60. So umesema hapa optimal ndio hii hapa, hii ndio optimal. Hii ndio optimal capital structure. Optimal capital structure. That is the optimal capital structure. So na muona wanafunzi ni waerevu, wamesema kwamba optimal debt is 40% and optimal equity is 60% from this 40% and 60%. Mayoma anauliza swali mzuri sana. Why? It's because this is the capital structure which corresponds to the lowest cost of financing. Lowest among us, lowest cost of financing. Are we together, Mayoma? It has the lowest WACC. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ikipita hapo, hiyo ndio mwisho Karo. Thank you very much for engaging in that way. Yeah, atupiti hapo. Hiyo ndio mwisho. Hiyo ndio mwisho ya swali. Hiyo ndio mwisho ya swali. But number 3, mwalimu is 11.44. Number 3, I'm being told that number 3 is 11.44. Is that true? Mayom anasema number 3. Mayom, you have a problem either with your calculator or with your body mass. Either with your calculator or with your body mass. Mayom, look at this. When you're given something like this one here, WACC, I can do the third one. Let's do it together. Let's do the third one together. No worries. We have the time. We have the time. We have the time. So what do we have here? What do we have here? What do we have here? We have the third one is here. So the weight of equity is 0.7. Cost of equity, you guys, the third one is 14.88%, plus weight of debt, which is 0.3, times cost of debt, the third one. The third one, cost of debt there is 7.8%. 7.8%, and then times 0.7. I'm so sure most students will always, I don't know, for whatever reason, most students will always put a bracket there. This is 0.7. No. I'm supposed to go very slowly without punching equals anywhere. I say 0.7 times 14.88 plus 0.3 times 7.8 times 0.7, and then I say equals at the end of the day. I say equals at the end of the day. Mayom will be able to see that that is not 11.44. You'll be able to see that. Okay. Yeah, Shem is confirming 11. Had written 14.8. 14.88. Nikiwa ungeandika hivyo, Karen pia alikuwa amekosea. Great. Thank you very much. Mayom huja confirm bado the answer. Great. Okay, so tutaenda kwa break kidogo, ya dakika 3. Wale ambao hawaendi break, ningetaka wajaribu ile swali la November 2018. Question number 5 cow. Hiyo pia ni Hamada's model. The last question ya Hamada tunafanya November 2018, question number 5C. November 2018, question number 5C. Are we there? November 2018, question number 5, cow. Yes. Thank you so much. Great. Is Mayom's answer correct? Mayom's answer of 12.05, is it correct now? Can somebody help me mark Mayom's work? Thank you. Yes. 12 point. Yes. Proper. Thank you very much. So it's on page number 99. It's on page number 99. Page number 99. Page number 99. Page number 99. Great. Mkipata mseme mmepata tafadhali. Mkipata mseme tumepata tafadhali. So please, najua mmechoka sana. Lakini nataka tukifunga shule tuko na trip ya kwenda Masai Mara, mnakumbuka? Embakasi, yes. Tuko na trip ya kwenda Masai Mara. Tuko na trip ya kwenda kufungua nyumba ya mwalimu. Mwalimu amemaliza kujenga, ana invite nyote. Right? Kuna modeling. Lakini sio mimi nitafunza. Mimi nikifunga hiyo mwezi mzima, not mwezi mzima, about 2-3 weeks. Tunaenda kupumzika 100%. Siku hizi Kisii wapi? Nimeuliza swali hapo. Rudia tena kuuliza. Tafadhali. Rudia kuuliza tena tafadhali, shapitwa hiyo. Zinaenda mbio. Marking scheme, eh? Kisi Ogembo. Ogembo ya nilikuwa naingia siasa lakini si mliniambia tuache mambo ya siasa. Ni ya rongo hapana. Masai Mara mniambie mapema, I buy you sweets on the way. Ah, great. Iwe tabular formula. It's important for you to put it in table formula, yes. It's important, yes. Mapema, okay. Great. So Masai Mara, there is a guy who is in level 6 doing triple A. Anaitwa Hosea. He's the one who is organizing. Yeah. Tunaenda huko kama na family mzima. Yeah. Vizuri kutembea Kenya. Kwanza ile inakuwa mzuri Masai Mara ni a tented camp. Unapatiwa namna hivi vitu ya kupika, mnajipikia wenyewe. Ndio wazee pia tunawaonyesha hata si kama tupiki sana Nairobi. Hii sasa tukifika kwa ground tunajua kupika. We know how to cook. What 7D? Yeah, TRM. 7D at TRM is also very good. Very good. When I went to 7D first time, wakasema ni 15 minutes you pay SG 400. Ikaona kama ni kumbe uwezi maliza 15 minutes. So, kama wamepima hiyo kitu. By the time unafika 15 minutes umetoa jasho kweli. We should organize, yes. Thank you very much. Watu wa Nairobi, watu wana live, yes. Elephant and lion, yes. We need to see these things. Yes. We tupewe dates. Nitaingiza ujamaa kwa group, aweze kutua device. Na tukienda wengi haitakuwa that expensive. Was he talking of a figure of who knows the figures? Is it 7,000 for 2 nights? That includes transportation, everything. That's very good. Very good. Bora kama kuna mtu apendi tent anasema mimi sipendi tent. Unaweka kwa hizi room mzuri. Right? Lakini pia kumbuka hizo ni za family. Ni family get together, not for all people, ni family only. Families only. No, I'm joking. We should be free. To walk around. But last time I invited all of you to come to Kajiado, mkuja kuona kwangu. Si mlikataa kuja kwangu, mlikataa. It's only Mary and who from this class, I think, and Cyrus came. Cyrus came to my place. Yeah. And also Caro, I gave Caro good chicken. I hope Caro ulikule ama uliweka hiyo kuku nataka mayai. Stress exam, we shall overcome. So please, we go back now. Your break imeisha. We shall come this time round. Yeah, kwa wingi. Because pia nataka vile nawafunza financial management, ningependa nianza kuwafunza kitu ya kununua mashamba. Nitaonyesha njia ya kununua mashamba. You want to become rich in your 40s, 50s. Kuna mashamba lazima ununue. Kama hizi mashamba hizi zinauzwa pale kwa Atoli Bisil. Unasikia eka moja ni 150. Eka moja ni 150, right? 1000. Unaanza kupata, nilipeleka mwingine huko kaniambia huko ni mbali sana. Like when I was buying my place at Isinya, about 10 acres there, tulikuwa tunanunua eka moja pesa kidogo sana. Ndio nikisema utashtuka sana. But right now, wala tulienda huko mliona, unaambiwa eka moja ile kidogo kabisa, 3 million. Right? Nishapatiwa 2-3 offers. Mtu anakuambia yako mwalimu sinikupatie milioni ngapi? 3.5, nichukue zote za block. Mwambia kwanza ngoja, sitaki pesa sasa. The point is, we are buying these things wakati tutakuwa anasema huko ni mbali. Ile wakati Machoka alikuwa ananunua yake. Machoka alipeleka ziwa Kisii wengi huko. Kama sasa tena Machoka ametupeleka Bisil huko mbele. That's what we are doing. Wewe tuko na ile investment club, tuna move pamoja. I can't sell. I can't sell. Nauza na sina shida ya pesa sana kwa nini? Sinifanya bidii nipate wanafunzi 300 wa AFI ama AFM. No, sako willing to buy? No. We cannot sell. Madam haizi kubali, atakataa. Sasa turudi hapa. So required. So the optimal capital structure of Embakasi Investment Limited. So they want us, look at the requirement. The requirement. Okay. Great. Thank you. Great. So Embakasi Investment Limited contemplates to determine, it's November 2018 for those ones who will be following the video, November 2018. So Embakasi Investment Limited, question 5C, sorry. question 5C. Embakasi Investment Limited contemplates to determine its optimal capital structure, which currently consists of only debt and common equity. The company does not use preference shares in its capital structure and does not plan to do so in the near future. Right? Wanasema in order to estimate how much its debt would cost at different debt levels, the company's financial controller has consulted with investment banks and the following information was obtained. So we have debt to equity ratio, we have bond rating, we have before tax cost of debt. Somebody write for me inside there KD. Before tax cost of debt is KD. KD. The company uses CAPM to estimate the cost of capital. The risk-free rate is 5%. The market risk premium is 8%. The corporate tax rate is 30%. The company uses the Hamada model to determine its levered equity beta. The asset beta, which is the same as unlevered equity beta, is 1.2. Now, in this sitting, so many students in this case here went down, right? With their faces down, right? Falling down. They fell on their faces simply because a bigger percentage of them were not able to get us the weights. People are not able to give us the weight of equity versus weight of debt. Is there somebody who can give me these weights very fast? Many people are not able to give us these weights. Many people are not able to give us the weights. So like Nadia tells me 0. Thank you very much, Nadia. At least today you are shame 0. So what is 0? Is it weight of equity or weight of debt? What is 0? Equity. So equity is 0. Somebody is telling me that equity is 0. Or both are 0, eh? So both are 0. I'm telling you, you would have fallen down on your face. Both are 0. Debt, I'm not able to understand what Lucy Allen you're writing. Is it debt 0, equity 1? Debt 0. They're telling me debt is 0, equity is 1. Debt is 0, equity is 1. How about the second one? How about the second one? How about the second one before I explain something? How about the second one? Rebecca says 0.5. Please, I would want to engage everybody here. Catherine Njoki, Charity Njeri, Delvin, Dennis Manani, you haven't yet spoken to Mwalimu. Fatima used to be my best student. Fatima, nowadays you don't talk to me. What happened, Fatima? No, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. George Simiu is my greatest. George, how could you just go silent like that on me, my friend? No. Ingosi, today you are not talking at all. There is a book that I'm reading currently. I should be able to share with you some of the books that I read. Even Winnie Owiti, my friend, you're not talking to me. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. It can't happen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tukuja hapa ya pili. Ya pili bila nasema ati ni point weight of debt. Bila ameniambia ni 0.7. Mnachanganya. Hebu niambie which one is which one? Which one is which one? Please tell me debt is 0.25. They're saying debt is 0.25 and then equity is 0.7. That's what they're telling me for the second one. Carola Megata. John Kamau is coming up with his own. They could be crazy figures, but I love the fact that he is participating. Alice, thank you very much. You're saying a big no. I support Kamau. Second one, weight of debt is 0.25. Then weight of equity is 1 minus 0.25 to get 0.75. Guys are engaged now. Phoebe, debt 0.25. Kindly explain how those figures are gotten. Really, thank you very much for coming up. That means now you are getting engaged. Alice Mudia has come with a different figure. We have another student up here, ladies and gentlemen, called Becky. She's given me 0.75. Meanwhile, I'm scrolling down to see the students who are not talking to me tonight. Vincent M., you must talk to me. Vincent, you must talk to me. Rogers Leo used to be a great student, Rogers. Nowadays, I don't see you at all. How can't I get to see you when we are approaching exams? Ladies and gentlemen, listen and listen and listen to me very well. Listen and listen to me. I'll not call this the ID10T error. I'll not call it that, but it'll be very important for everybody to listen to me, because this will make you get a 0. We have ratios, but not weights. It will make you get a 0. Why? Because the examiner has given us debt to equity ratio. So kwa mfano, nataka kwenda pole sana hapa. Nataka nichukue ya pili. Wamesema debt to equity ratio is 0.25. Now listen. This means that debt to equity will be 0.25:1. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. I agree with you. Because this 0.25 has got what down there? 0.25 has got an implied 1. 0.25 alone is the same as saying 0.25 divided by 1. Meaning that at the end of the day, what you're telling me, Mwalimu, is this. This is something that I would want you guys to appreciate. What you're telling me, Mwalimu, is this. What you're telling me, Mwalimu, is this. That debt is 0.25 and equity is 1. But you see, when we talk of weight of debt, it's normally debt over debt plus equity. All right? When we talk of weight of debt, it is debt all over debt plus equity. So then this one here will be 0.25 all over debt again, which is 0.25 plus equity, which is 1. Are we together up to there? Kelvin is putting up, thank you very much, Kelvin. I hope that's a sign of being together. If you have a question, please try to type. Thank you very much. Then could you kindly give me the weight of debt here? 0.2, I'm being told. 0.2. Weight of debt is 0.2. Associate wants me to repeat. Thank you very much. I'll repeat. Even if I repeat 100 times, I'll repeat. Equity must always, whenever you're given debt to equity ratio, equity must always be 1. So then if you are getting here weight of debt to be 0.2, listen here, 0.2, then weight of equity will be what here? Somebody automatically, this will be 0.8. Because the two must add up to what here? The two must add up to 1. So at least, let me first of all, before I repeat, let me see some of the comments. At least grasping something. Thanks, Kelvin. Yes. So allow me to repeat, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to repeat. I would want to repeat this for the umpteenth time without any irritations. Really, I don't get irritated because I'm a trained teacher. I had to attend a few lessons here and there at Kenya Technical Teachers College. And they told me that when you see your students not understanding, and then you decide to feel bad, then you are a foolish teacher because you don't understand what teaching is. Right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, when I get somebody telling me, for example, that debt to equity ratio is 0.4, right? Then how will I get, in this case here, weight of debt? How will I get weight of debt? Right? So there is something that I know, that when I see debt over equity, this is the same as saying debt over equity, which will be the same as 0.4 over 1. Meaning that debt is 0.4 and equity is what? Equity is 1. All right. So the weight of debt here for sure, I know it will be debt all over debt plus equity. But this is how we get weight of debt. So the debt here is 0.4 all over debt, which is 0.4 plus equity, which is what here? Which is 1. Which at the end of the day will end up giving me what figure, somebody? Which will be the same as gearing ratio. I love what John Kamau is telling me. I love what, which will be the same as 0.29. 0.29 or 0.8. I don't know. Remember, it is 0.4 divided by 1.4. Who is telling me the truth? 0.29. Thank you very much. And if weight of debt is 0.29, then weight of equity will be 0. What? 2 decimal places. If weight of debt is 0.29, weight of equity will be 0. Weight of equity. Yeah. So now weight of equity will be will be 1 minus 0.29. 1 minus 0.29, which gives me 0.71. Now listen and listen to me very well. Somebody who gets used to this so much, will not labor at all in getting the weights. If, for example, I'm the one doing this question, and then I see you telling me that debt to equity is 0.4. This is how I will get my weight of debt. Once I see this, to get weight of debt, I'll take 0.4 plus MW plus this numerator. MW is a German word for 1. So anytime you want to get, ladies and gentlemen, weight of debt here, there is quite kind of a shortcut. Whenever you're given debt to equity, you take the weight, or you take the debt to equity ratio given, 0.4, all over 1 plus 0.4 like that. Okay, right? So listen, let me see whether it's somebody who has grasped what I'm talking about. What if, for example, I tell you the debt to equity is 1.7? Who can give me the shortcut of getting weight of debt? Weight of debt will be equal to what here, somebody? Weight of debt. Shortcut. I know you know the longer way. Shortcut. Great. Thank you very much. So it will be 1.7 all over MW plus what here? The debt to equity plus the numerator 1.7 like that. Sasa naomba munisikize haraka. Nyinyi wanafunzi wajanja, wanafunzi wale wajanja, wanafunzi wale hawapangwi. Sasa huyu examiner amekuja hapa akanipatia debt to equity ratio. Akaniambia ya kwanza ni 0, akaniambia ya pili ni 0.25, akaniambia ni 0.6, akaniambia ni 1.7, hapa akaniambia ni 2.5. So ebu haraka using the shortcuts, could you kindly give me the weight of debts paka chini? Using the shortcuts, who can give me the first weight of debt? Yes, Paula. Yes. Again, sasa Paula, you need to teach me how to pronounce that word. Like there is a time somebody gave me this, kanisumbua sana pronounce. Jina ni ngumu sana. Is it Paula or Paula? We shall overcome. Now you're using the shortcut to get this weight of debt, the first one. The first one, somebody is telling me is 0. How about the second one? Mina najua sana. Hata standika mahali. So I have Olivia. Thank you very much, Oliver. Felicitas, Atieno. There's some students still I'm not seeing here really. I don't know what I'll do. Next time I'll be telling you guys to come to WhatsApp with your guardians. Ya 3J. 0.38. How about ya 4? Ya 4J. 0.63. Karen Umsula. 0.63. And then we have 0.71. Like that. 0.71. 0.72. Now, is there somebody who hasn't gotten these figures? We help them out. Is there somebody who has not been able to get these figures? Please be very honest with me, because even if you decide not to be honest with me, CASNEB will do character development on you. Yeah. So please be honest with me. Yeah. Mwisho 0.71. Okay, that one can change. 0.71. 0.71, right? So I'm waiting to get somebody who wants me to repeat this concept again. I got disconnected. Well understood. Angalia hapa. Kama sasa for example ni unasema namna hii, unachukua the debt to equity umepewa 0.25. unasema divide by open brackets. Unaanza na 1 plus the same figure. Always, hata bila kufikiria. Hata bila kufikiria. Hiyo unafanya kwa umefunga macho. Right? Ukija kama ni hii ya 0.38, ukitaka kuicalculate fresh, unachukua the debt to equity given, unasema divide by, I wish nilikuwa na ile board kubwa, all over. Unasema all over MW plus this numerator again. Evamo, I'm getting different figures because you're not using your body mass. You're using your body mass. Use your body mass. Body mass says, if you take this 0.6, all over 1 plus point, please ensure that the denominator is in brackets. Or you do it separate first. Which one is equity now? I'll come to equity, but first of all, Ivamo, have we been able to get all the figures now? Have we been able to get all the figures? Have we been able to get all? No, that's not Ivamo, that's Hamoi. Sasiet, well understood. Ivamo, I'm waiting for Ivamo. Ivamo, where are you? Don't shy from saying, no, I haven't gotten those figures. We're here to help you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, once you have gotten weight of debt, then the next thing now will be for us to get the weight of equity. Thank you very much. Next thing will be for us to get the weight of equity. And that really is as easy as, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, that's an easy task. What do you think shall I do to get the weight of equity? Wait, thank you very much, Betty. It will be weight, it will be 1 minus this. It will be 1 minus weight of debt. So naambiwa kwamba hapa weight of equity uoye ya kwanza itakuwa 1. Ya pili je? Ya pili je? Inakuja 0.8. Kumaanisha ilikuwa ni 0.2, ya tatu ilikuwa 0.38. Kwa hivyo itakuwa 1 minus 0.38, which will end up giving us what figure? 0.62. Then we have got this. E is 0.37, meaning that this is 0.63. Great. So we have the last one. The last one, naambiwa the last one, naambiwa weight of debt is supposed to be 0.71. So then this one is 0.29, like that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. In this kind of an arrangement, once I've gotten these, trust you me, I'll get all the marks. Many students are never able to get this. The only thing that I know students will do, they'll come and write their own things, right? And then they'll call you telling you, Mwalimu, this paper is a very easy paper. When it comes, the results are out. Then they keep on saying, Mwalimu, you know what? Perhaps I could be bewitched. But even at home, there are people I normally see looking at me in a bad way. There is nothing like those things. Those things don't exist. They don't exist. No, hujapata concept. So like now, kama sasa hapo kishafika hapa, what do you think will be the next thing to be done? What do you think will be the next thing to be done? Cost of equity? You first of all have to bell the card. The bell. So in this case, you come here and calculate the bell. But is there somebody who is able to remember the formula of bell? That's what we call the Hamada's model. That's what I came to sell to you tonight. The Hamada's model. Is there somebody who is able to remember the formula of bell? The formula of bell, Hamada's model. And I would want you to appreciate this Hamada's model such that when you walk out of this particular class, from this room of yours where you are reading, you're watching this live cast from, I would expect you, for example, you go out there, you meet your daughter, meet your son. When they ask you, what have you been studying? Usiwaambie talk hapa kwanza ikuhusu. Sababu ya asira, sababu hujalewa chochote. No. Unaambia, my son, this is what my teacher has told me today. There is a model called Hamada. And he told me that Bell equals BEU into 1 plus debt over equity into 1 minus stocks, like that. Yes. That's how they'll be able to know that they got married to a serious person. If it's your spouse, that is. Great. Now, has this examiner given me the bill? Has the examiner given me the bill? Has the examiner given me bill? Bill is beta equity of unlevered farm. Listen, this is beta equity of unlevered farm, which is the same as a assets beta. Ukisikia examiner akitaka kuchanganya kidogo, anatumia lugha assets beta. So ukisikia assets beta, hiyo ni sawa na bill. Hiyo ni sawa na bill. Ukiona hiyo examiner, uko chini amesema, huyo examiner uko chini amesema the asset beta into bracket unlevered equity beta. Unlevered equity beta, unlevered. So it's the same as assets beta, and somebody is telling me it's 1.2. Thank you very much. So then what do we have here? So we have here 1.2 into 1 plus debt to equity. Is there somebody who is able to see the debt to equity ratio of the first point? Debt to equity ratio of the first point. You can decide to pick the debt to equity which was given there. Amount to be is vile ziko. So unajua debt hapa ni 0 over 0 times 0.7. By the way, do they give us tax in this question? Do we have taxation? Do we have taxation in this question? Yes, it's not number 4. Taxation. So I'm being told it's supposed to be, how could I pick this? It's supposed to be 0 divided by equity is 1. Sorry for that. Actually, if it was 0 over 0, it would have become infinity. Thank you very much. So this one, I expect this to give me 1.2, which is beta equity of unlevered farm. This farm is not levered at all. The farm has 0. The farm has 0. Thank you very much. So how about the second one? Abracadabra. I know my bill is 1.2 into 1 plus debt to equity. Debt to equity, what do we have here for debt to equity? So debt to equity, I'll talk of 0.2 over 0.8 times 0.7. And I want to imagine that all of us were able to get the 0.7. 1 minus 30%. 1 minus 30%. Ruth Wamboi, such a nice name. Why do you have such a nice name and you're not talking to us here, Ruth Wamboi? Thank you very much, Fatma. Much salutations. At least the day has not ended without you talking to me. Fatima, they're the ones who started this online program. Without Fatima, we will not be where we are. You know, we are the king in this industry in terms of online training. Yeah. So that one I have to recognize Fatima from Mombasa. Yes. I don't forget my past. I don't forget my history. Right. So the answer here is 1.41, like that. Ruth Wamboi, thank you very much. Lakini how are you getting that 1.38, Ruth? Have you used your body mass very well? Ruth Wamboi, check again. Oh, the next one is 1.79, right? The next one I'm being told is 1.79. The next one is 1.79. Is that okay? Ushindwe kabisa Paula wewe. Ushindwe kabisa. So number 1.71, not 1.79, eh? Number 1.71. 1.71, 1.71, 1.71. Paula, that's why we are here. Problem ni kukupatia in form of a video. Utawatch your video Paula. Kwanza Paula umewatch video ngapi? Paula umewatch video ngapi kwanza wewe? Paula nijibu. The last one ni ngapi kioja Paula nijibu? The last one ni ngapi? The last one. Second last, I mean. Oh, is not 1.71? Goja. So the third one, let's finish here. The third one inafaa kuwa ngapi? The third one inafaa kuwa ngapi? The third one. Let's finish with this. Third one inafaa kuwa ngapi? Third one 1.70. So who is telling us the truth now? But you see 1.71 and 1.70, we are children of the same mother. Let's not fight. Stick with whatever figure you have. Work with whatever figure you have. I would want to work with 1.71 myself. How about the fourth one? 2.63. 2.63. How about the last one? The last one is 3.33. Now, having gotten the bell, now the next thing will be what should we do in the next working? The KEL. So you give us the KEL now. You guys are brilliant. You guys are brilliant. You guys are brilliant. So go ahead and give us the KEL. Go ahead and give us the KEL. Go ahead and give us the KEL. So is there somebody who is able to remember the formula of KEL? Is there somebody who is able to remember the formula of KEL? Catherine Njoki is telling us that the last one is supposed to be 3 point, the last one. It's 3.3, 3.26, 3.26. I know where the problem is coming from. You know, there are those students who have decided to use the debt to equity given there. To use the debt to equity given there. You know, that debt to equity given there directly is the most accurate one. Because when you start taking your debt over this, there will be rounding off errors. There will be rounding off errors. So is there somebody who used the debt to equity, the 2.5 given there? Is there somebody who used the 2.5 given there? Is there somebody who used the 2.5 given there? Use the debt to equity ratio given. So if you use the debt to equity ratio given, if you avoid these decimals, they're getting 3.33. Sorry for that. So these ones, whatever you've gotten here as the weight of debt and weight of equity, we shall be using them later when we shall be getting the wakaka. When we're getting the wakaka. Otherwise, this formula here wants us to make use of BEU into 1 plus debt to equity. So already we have the debt to equity ratio. So don't try to compute this again. Use whatever is given there. Use whatever is given there. Use whatever is given there. Are we together up to there really? Or have I lost some of you? Are we together up to there? Lucy Allen is still insisting on 3.26. If you come, for example, to the last one. So the BEU remains at 1.2. 1 plus, the debt to equity, I'll not pick debt to equity from here. I'll pick the debt to equity given. The debt to equity given there in the question is 2.5. Maureen. Aseto, the debt to equity given there is 2.5. It's 2.50 times 0.7 like that. You see, listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. If I pick this debt as 0.71 over equity of 0.29, could you kindly give me this figure? Could you kindly give me this figure? What is 0.71 divided by 0.29? Let me take this and this. What are we getting? You see, we are getting 2.448, which is not the same as 2.5 exactly. The rounding off errors will be there. So we are learning something very important, that whenever you're given debt to equity ratio in the Bell formula, use the debt to equity ratio provided. Use the debt to equity ratio provided. So are we together up to there? Are we together up to there? Are we together up to there? Right? Lucy is still refusing. She's saying no, no worry. Lucy, look at this. Are you able to see the last one? What is the debt to equity ratio given in the past paper? Don't compute it yourself. What is the debt to equity ratio given? Debt to equity ratio given in the past paper. Are you able to see 2.5? So when we come to debt to equity ratio here, don't compute afresh, because if you compute afresh, you only get 2.5 here. Use the debt to equity ratio given here, the 2.5. So that weight of debt and weight of equity, I'll be using this while getting Wakaka, but not when getting Bell. When getting Bell, Lucy, if you look at this very well, when getting Bell and you have been given debt to equity, don't even separate. Use the debt to equity given. So please, Lucy, confirm whether you're able to get this figure, the last figure. Felicitas 3.26, I agreed with Lucy. The last answer is supposed to be 3.26. Now, then there must be somebody who is not giving us the correct. You need to tell him, perhaps you're talking through what you're typing. I like that. I like that. So they're telling me that the last one should be 3.26. The difference is rounding off, which is acceptable. Help. 0.2 divided by, okay. Now, let's agree. Let's agree. If I were you, this is what I would have done. If I were you, this is what I would have done. Let me repeat this again. Let me repeat this again. So we start with the first one. What is BEU? It's 1.2 into 1 plus the first one, debt to equity. The debt to equity given in the past paper, the debt to equity given in the past paper, the debt to equity given in the past paper is 0 times 0.7. So the first one is not in doubt. It's 1.2. Go to the second one. The second one is 1.2, the BEU, into 1 plus the debt to equity without calculating here. The debt to equity given there is 0.25 times 0.7. What figure are we getting here? Somebody, the second one. $1.41, right? 1.41. Thank you very much. 1.41. Thank you very much. Go to the third one. The third one, I have 1.2 into 1 plus. I will use the debt to equity given in the question, not the one that I'll compute. I don't want to compute it because if I compute it, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get rounding off errors. I don't want rounding off errors. I want to pick the debt to equity given here. The debt to equity given there is 0.6. So 0.6 times 0.7. What figure are we getting here, somebody? 1.7, 1.70. So go to the next one. The next one will be 1.2 into 1 plus 1.7 times 0.7. So in this case here, what do we have there? It's rounding off errors. So it is 2 point what here? It is 2.63. So go to the last one, 1.2 plus 1 plus debt to equity. What is the debt to equity given in the past paper? It is 2.5. It is 2.5 times 0.7, which will end up giving us what figure, somebody there? So now, are we together now? Are we together now? Thank you very much for raising concerns here, but now are we together? Right? Are we together? Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. So I've been able to get Bell. I've been able to get Kel. What will be the next thing now? WACC. Certain is real. We go to WACC. We go to Wakaka. Mayoma, I've seen your question. What is that? Whatever figures you've gotten here are Bell. Mayoma, I hope you're able to remember. Sorry. Wanasema Kel bado. Whatever we have here is Bell. Whatever we have here is Bell. Lazima tupate Ket. The Kel. Thank you very much. So come and give us here the Kel. First of all, give us the Kel. Thank you very much. Give us the Kel. And as Jerry is telling us, the Kel we shall use CAPEM. And the CAPEM we know it is risk-free. CAPEM we know is risk-free plus into bracket ERM minus risk-free multiplied by Bell. We know the formula. How we got 0.25. I've rubbed mine. This one here was which number? 0.25. Yeah, it's in the question. It is in the question. The last one, 0.25. Do we have 0.25 there? Last one, we don't have 0.25. Mayom namna gani, unachoka aje? It's debt to equity. Lakini Mayom anasema ndio last one. Weight of debt is 0.71. Yeah, weight of debt is 0.71. I agree. And weight of equity is 0.29. But you see, when you're getting debt to equity, when you're getting this Bell, we've said, Mayom, use the debt to equity ratio given in the question. Don't try to compute it again. Don't try to compute it again. I'm so sure, Mayom, you must have taken a break when I was teaching this very important thing. You must have taken a break. But internet now, after this I have AFR, isn't it? After this we have AFR, don't we? So mkiweza kulala mapema namna hii. Yeah. Yes, so key in Bell IC, no problem. So for the last one here, for the Bell, So of course, the other students, I believe you guys are moving on with Kel. So remember the formula here is BEU into 1 plus debt over equity times tax. I know you know it's 0.7. So the BEU here is 1.2 into 1. Mayom, if you look at debt to equity, the debt to equity for the last one, Mayom, are you able to see the debt to equity for the last one? You kindly tell me from the question paper, what is the debt to equity, Mayom, for the very last one from the question paper? Key in or Bell for each of them. What I would propose here is that somebody should be able to take a screenshot of that question. Or you want to verify. You want to verify. So is there somebody who can give us these figures for Bell very fast? Sorry, for Bell. For Bell very fast, very fast. Somebody please help me out here. We have to assist our brother here. The first one I know. The first one for Bell, the first Bell is going to go ngapi? 1.2. Thank you very much. How about the second one? How about the second one? Second one, 1.41. Third one, 1.70. Fourth one, 2.63. Fifth one, the last one, 3.3. Mayoma, have you gotten all of them? Yes, thank you very much. Now we go to Kel. Now, Kel, remember, Kel, you're using CAPM. Have they given me the risk-free rate of return? Have they given me the risk-free rate of return in this question? Have they given me the risk-free rate of return? How much? 5%. Thank you very much. This is Kel you are getting. So 5% plus. Have they given me the market returns? The two things. It's either they give you the market return or market premium. When they give you premium, you already know that things are already subtracted for you. When they give you premium, you have to be very careful because this is your premium. This is your premium already. It's over and above. They have subtracted for you. So whatever they have given me here in note number 3 is the premium, which is 8%. Ukianza kusubtract at minus 5%, unapata zero. Unapata zero times the first bell. The first bell is 1.2. You can see Carol anasema akikas them. Ni waganga. Ni hatari. But Carol, have you been able to pick that concept of a premium? Caroline, have you been able to pick? Ata Sarah Pia. Mayom, thank you very much. Now you're giving us figures. Thank you very much. Done with Kel. So what is the first Kel? So according to Mayom, by network. Network inawasumbua leo. So the first one I'm being told is 14.6. Thank you very much. 14.6%. How about the second one? The second one, you see this will remain. 5% will remain. Even the premium will not keep on dancing. Times the second bell. The second bell, unfortunately, I deleted mine. The second bell, you can see what Mary has down there. All the figures correct. You can see Ruth is telling me 16.28. The second one is supposed to be the second figure. The second figure is supposed to be 16.28%. How about the third one? Please try to really get in. I'm trying to help you, and I would want you guys to rate me, rate my work after your exams. Why are we not subtracting risk-free? Because already they have subtracted for you. When they say minus risk-free, they're giving you a premium. Premium means over and above. So already they have subtracted. You see, if you read the question itself, they're calling it premium. You have to be very careful. Thank you for asking the question. They have given you number 3, the market risk premium. So yet, are we together? So I'm being told the third one is 18.6%. 18.6%. Thank you very much, Caro. The next one is 26.04%. 0.04%. And then the last one, 31.4%. 31.4%. 31.4%. Ningekosa yote aki sababu ya hiyo pole. Lakini most importantly ujue kwamba now when they talk of premium, already they have subtracted for you. They have subtracted for you. They have subtracted for you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been able to get Bell, we've been able to get Kel. Now we finish everything by getting Wakaka. We finish everything by getting Wakaka. And then I would want you guys to do me a favor, please. These 2 questions, ensure that at your own time you repeat both of them. You assume that you know nothing. And even the nothing that you know it wrongly. Right? Put solutions aside, repeat those 2 questions. And the sooner you repeat them, the better for all of us. The better for all of us. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I have some small announcement to make here. So go ahead in this case here. Go ahead in this case, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead here in this case here. Go ahead and give us WACC. Give us the WACC so that I can have a complete video for this. Give us a WACC. Give us WACC. So we know that WACC is weight of equity, cost of equity, weight of debt, cost of debt into 1 minus taxation. So now we have the weights. Like the weight of equity, the first one here is 1 times cost of equity. What is the first cost of equity that you got here? Cost of equity was 14.6, plus weight of debt, which is 0, times cost of debt, cost of debt, cost of debt. Do we have the cost of debt? The first one, what is the cost of debt given there? Are you able to see the cost of debt? It's 0. It's unlevered. It's 0. So it is 0 times 0.7. So then this one here will end up giving me 14.6%. Thank you very much. How about the second one? The second one, WACC, this will be 0.2 times cost of equity. What is the second cost of equity? Who can remind us? What is the second cost of equity? My next class is supposed to be running, supposed to be going on. The second cost of equity is 16.28 plus 0.8 times KD. Are you able to see the second cost of debt? Are you able to see the second cost of debt? Second cost of debt is 8.5. Second cost of debt is 8.5 times the 0.7, of course, is for what? Is for tax adjustment. 1 minus 0.3. 1 minus 0.3. So somebody is giving me a figure of 14.21. 14. Is there somebody who has the third figure? Is there somebody who will be having the third figure? 14.3. 14.3, the third figure. How about the fourth figure? Let me go slow. Figures are coming here, which are quite different. Quite different. Third is 14.19. The third one, I'm being told, is 14.19. How about the fourth one? The fourth one, I'm being told, is 15.8. The fourth one is 15.81. How about the last one? 17.09. So I think there is some confusion here. The first one is okay. Is the second one 14.21? Is the second one 14.21 the second one? Yes. How about the third one? The third one? The second? The third one, 14.19. 14.19. 14.25. The first one is not clear. First one is 14.6. 14.24. Which one is 14.24? Is it second or third? Which one is 14.24? Which one is 14.24? So the third, I'm being told, is 14.24. Is that correct? They're all okay. So it's because of rounding off errors, ladies and gentlemen. Because of rounding off errors, ladies and gentlemen, there we are. Which one is the very cheapest? If I go with this, which one is the cheapest? Which one is the cheapest? My own, because of my next class, ladies and gentlemen, I'll not be able to answer any question. Please pick the cheapest. Pick the cheapest. Which one is the optimal capital? So the third one, I'm being told the third one is the cheapest. So the optimal capital structure is given here. So debt should be 38%. Equity should be 62%. I could be wrong. But the most important thing is that you guys have gotten the concept right. Most important thing is that you have gotten the concept. Most important thing is that you have gotten the concept. All right. buy. So now I would want to use this particular link for our AFR. Now we are switching over to AFR. Share this link with the AFR students.